We're continuing a discussion about vector functions for equations of lines in three-dimensional space. And three-dimensional space can also be represented with the symbol R3. So we're going to begin with looking at an initial vector. So we'll say R initial that has an initial x naught, y naught, and z naught as the components. And what we will refer to as a direction vector, or a vector in the direction of the line in question. So this initial position vector is going to give me a vector that points to an ordered triple that is on the line. So when we have an ordered triple that places us on the line and then a vector in the direction of the line, we can write a vector function for the line itself. And the vector function for the equation of a line is going to be the position vector, or the vector that points to any ordered triple on the line, added to the parameter t multiplied by the direction vector. So this is essentially it feels a lot like the slope-intercept form of a line in pre-calculus algebra, but this is what's getting us onto the line, and this is what's getting us the direction of the line. But then we have the value of the parameter that's going to be changing and moving us up and down the line. So from this, we can basically write this equation of the vector function. We'll expand it a little bit to say that the vector function is going to be the sum of two vectors, one of which is going to be a vector that points to the ordered triple that is on the line. So this is our position vector that gets us to the line. And then we're going to add a scalar multiple, that is the parameter, times the direction vector ABC. And ABC is a vector in the direction of the line. We can distribute this parameter into the vector. This is scalar multiple of a vector. And then as well, add these two vectors together to get another way of expressing this vector function, which is going to be x naught plus a times t, y naught plus b times t, and then z naught plus c times t. And this is just taking those two vectors and adding them together. Now, we have a couple other ways that we can write the equation of a line in three-dimensional space. One of them is a vector function, and we can say this vector function actually like this, or like this. All of those are considered the same vector function of the equation of a line. But then we also have parametric equations that can be used to express the line. So our line, if we think about the vector function, this is essentially a parametric equation for the value x. So we can take this x component and turn it into a parametric equation. So our x value can be expressed parametrically as x naught plus at. Those parametric equations would be another way to express the equation of this line. So we would say x naught plus at coming from the x component in the vector form, y naught plus bt coming from the y component in the vector form, and the z parametric equation would be z naught plus ct coming from the z component from the vector function. We can be given the equation of a line in parametric form, and if we're given the equation of the line in this form, we are given two pieces of information about our line. We would know then that a point on the line would be x naught, y naught, z naught, and we would also know that a vector in the direction of the line, or the direction vector, would be the values a, b, and c taken from that parametric equation. So we could turn those into a vector and know that that would then be a vector in the direction of our line. So when we're given the equation of a line parametrically, or the parametric equations, we're also given at the same time a point on the line and a vector in the direction of that line. So let's take a look at a graphical interpretation of what's going on here. Let's let this line be our line L somewhere in three-dimensional space, and we have the vector function for that line being given as, we'll say, we've got a couple of ways of talking about this, r naught plus t times v, or we could say r naught as being the ordered triple, or the vector in pointy bracket form, x naught, y naught, z naught, plus t times calling v in its vector form ABC, right? So let's look at this version of it so that it's easier to see how we would actually be adding these two vectors to come up with the equation of the line. First of all, let's consider r naught, which is the vector, position vector that terminates at the order triple x naught, y naught, z naught. So when we graph r naught coming from the origin, this r naught vector would terminate at the order triple that matches the components. Now, if we want to take this r naught vector and add another vector to it, we're going to be adding a scalar multiple of our v vector. Now remember, v is a vector that is in the direction of the line, so parallel to the line. And we could draw our vector v really anywhere. Remember, vectors can slide around the Cartesian plane, but to show how the sum of these two vectors can add together to be the line itself, I'm going to make the v vector parallel to the line, but also on the line itself, right? So this would be a vector in the direction of line L, or we could also say a vector parallel to our line L. So if we think about r naught plus v, we're going to get the sum of those two vectors being this vector here, right? So this is the sum of r naught plus the v vector right here. Now, if we take a scalar multiple of that v vector, let's say we're looking at a longer vector in the direction of v, or in the direction of our line. So if we look at t times v, that's going to change the magnitude of our v vector, right? So here's t times v with a different value of t, plugging in a different value of the parameter, and add r naught to now that one, we're going to get yet another vector that is pointing to a different ordered triple that's on the line. And what we can see is that this vector, this parameter, is going to be scaling our direction vector longer and longer, or shorter and shorter, or even in the other direction, right? If our t value is negative, sometimes the parameter can be negative, then it would be in the other direction, and the resultant vector would be pointing to yet another ordered triple that's on the line. And as we let that t value continue to take on different quantities, we're going to get our r naught plus t times v, giving us more and more different vectors that are pointing to those ordered triples. So essentially what we can see here is that this vector function that represents the line in three-dimensional space is essentially tracing out the line. It's pointing to different ordered triples that are along the line. So a vector function is a function that traces out the line with its terminal point.